Good morning, YouTube. How you doing on this fine day? Hopefully good. I have a project for us. A DIY coffee table, end table project. First, I want to start off by saying, like, these are my desks, okay? So the legs I'm going to stain white. I have an antique white for them. And then the tops I'm going to try to match. I'm not going to match this perfectly, but I'll probably put just either a clear coat or a weathered oak stain on top of it. But that's the plan. So I want a coffee table for here. I don't know if I've showed you the layout recently or not. I'm still got surgery probably about a week and a half ago now. So I'm not doing great, and I'm not going to be picking up anything too heavy. But this chair will be gone, this chair will be gone, everything will be picked up. We're going to slide this futon farther this way and then put a coffee table about right there in front of it. And have an end table in that corner. So let's get started with this project. I'm pretty excited. I've had this wood sitting out in my barn for a while. Just haven't had time. Now that I have time, I want to get it. Alright, so we are out in the shop, as you can probably hear by the echo. I need to start off by sectioning off, or like marking off, how long I want this. I want my coffee table to be just mine in general. I mean, you can do whatever you like, but I'd like mine to be 32 inches long and 20 inches wide. And these boards, I believe are about 8 inches wide. Yes. So obviously I'm gonna have to do some cutting, but I should be able to get the top out of just this board alone. I don't know if I was gonna use this for legs or not. Let me check. Let's check and see. Put you guys down for a second. Ooh, could use that for legs. I'll probably grab a different board then. I might use these for legs. I'd like to square up some legs, and probably by the thumbnail of this video you'll see the end product. I want to do like a square on each end, and then obviously brace them in, and then the 3 boards across the top. So I'm going to use these for legs. I'm going to actually move that somewhere and then go grab the other board. So I started by marking off every 32 inches. My board was 100 inches long, so I had plenty of board. I needed 3 sections out of my board if I wanted a 20-inch wide coffee table. I then went back with a square and made straight lines across my board for a guide. I then proceeded to cut out all 3 boards that I needed. I needed to rip one through the table saw to make it fit the size I wanted, but for yours, make the dimensions however you'd like. I sanded the edges to flatten them, but if you have a hand planer, that would probably work better, as I found out later. I grabbed some wood glue and I glued the boards together. Make sure to spread the glue evenly across the seams of the table. Then clamp the boards together so that the glue will bond properly. A couple days later, I planned on sanding the top and bottom of the slab, so I ended up with a flat surface on each side. For my top, because the old barn wood I used, the glue didn't seal properly, so I went back through and screwed the slab together through the bottom just to secure it. I stained the top twice with a weathered oak stain, and then went back through and clear coated it all. Now it's time for the legs. I took another board that I had that was 1.5 inches thick and started cutting. I wanted my legs to be 16 inches tall, so I marked 16 inches out twice. You'll need 8 of these in total. Luckily it was wide enough for 4 to be cut out at one time. I then set my chop saw at 45 degrees to cut angles out of the legs. You want to cut the legs on both sides so you make almost like a picture frame look. Painter's tape is really helpful for projects. I set the corners up and taped them together. Then I went back through and glued all the corners with wood glue. Keep the tape on until the glue dries fully though. I measured out the center of my table and then traced where the leg should go for reference. I cut a cross beam for my legs to make it sturdy. This barnwood is heavy stuff, and I didn't want all that work to go to waste. I pre-drilled about 1/4 of an inch in with a drill bit the same size as the screw head. I then screwed on my legs anywhere I needed. I then did a quick pass with a sander to knock down any sharp edges while still giving it that rough look. I used a white stain and made 3 passes over the legs to give it more of a white look while still seeing wood grain. Then I went over all of it with a clear coat. Alright, thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys watching and supporting me. Hopefully you found this video interesting and helpful. It is a DIY project, so it turned out good. Okay, so there's obviously my coffee table. The white stain wasn't really what I expected. And I don't sugarcoat anything. For those of you that are new, let me set you guys down here. For those of you that are new, I don't sugarcoat anything. This project was frustrating for me. It turned out great, but just being old barnwood, it's thick, just dense wood. I had troubles with screws. I had troubles with planing stuff down for it gluing together. To glue it together, it broke apart on me a couple times. So I screwed everything together, nailed it all in. I explained all that, but yeah, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a perfectionist. I try to be, don't get me wrong, but it's not, I'm not the best at this. There's a lot of people out there that are way better than me. For once, I don't think I've ever made a table that isn't wobbly. But the good news behind that is they make those foam little pads that typically you're gonna put underneath if you have hardwood floors on anyways or something like that. So that stabilizes it a little better, but it looks great. It turned out perfect. But man, it was difficult. That's for sure. But, you know, for it being difficult, if I were probably to have used normal wood, it wouldn't have looked as good. So, that being said, you gotta pick and choose your battles. I'm just glad it's done completely. But thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys being here and supporting me in what I do. With that being said, see you in the next video.